Hey everyone, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is Thursday, which means it's Booklist Thursday. Booklist Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book thoughts, ideas, recommendations, something bookish related. Speaking of Sarah, her and I make up half of the booktube Besties, which we are going to be gathering for our annual trip that we take every year. This year we are going to Kansas City and we are planning on a meetup. So I will leave the link below to the Google Doc that has the date and all of the details as far as what the meetup might look like. If you are interested in meeting myself, Sarah, Krista, and Amanda, fill it out and we'll kind of fill you in on what that plan looks like. But that's coming up next week. I'm so excited. So anyways, to get into today's Booklist Thursday subject. So these are going to be 5 books that will keep you up at night. So perfect for spooky season. I love this time of year. I love reading creepy books, and I've got 5 really good ones that some I've talked about before, some I still think about, but they're definitely going to bring the creep factor. So first one I want to mention is The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. This one follows 2 best friends, Nina and Josie. They are just graduated high school. They both are going to go to college, but they're like 2,000 miles apart. They've been together for years and now they're going to be separated. So they decide to kind of take one last hurrah and do a 3-day hike deep into the woods of a national forest. They decide to take a detour off the trail and straight into a waking nightmare. And man, does the woods, it's just the atmosphere of being in the woods and being on this detour and not totally knowing where they are, their quest for survival, yet thrown into this terrifying situation. It was fantastic, super short, and will definitely, I mean, it goes right into it and packs a punch. So I absolutely recommend that one. Next one I have, of course, a good Taylor Adams to keep you up at night. This is The Last Word. This one follows Emma Carpenter. She decides to house sit on an old beachfront home on the Washington coast. It's kind of off season and so very isolated, very by herself. And she, during this time, she's kind of just taking time away to be by herself with her dog, whatever. She reads a poorly written but gruesome horror novel by this author and posts a 1-star review, and kind of gets brought into this argument online with this author who is like threatening her, you need to take this down or you're gonna pay for it. And it goes from there and it gets super creepy and I loved it. All right, if you're looking for ghosty vibes, Simone St. James is your girl. Sundown Motel is definitely one that she does such a great job of creating an atmospheric and very, like, you can feel it. You can feel the tension, you can feel the ghostiness, you can feel, and there's parts in this book that I can literally picture in my mind. So this one, 2 timelines. We have 1982 and 2017. And it all centers around the Sundown Motel. Carly Kirk is about to find out why maybe picking this place was not the wisest decision. So she is on this quest to figure out what happened to her Aunt Viv, who mysteriously disappeared from the Sundown Motel before she was born. But she's heard all of these stories and she decides that she needs to go there and figure out what happened. And the Sundown Motel is not a place you definitely want to go to. There's lots of creepiness and ghosts and it's fantastic. Then we have The Night Sister by Jennifer McMahon, another very creepy one, but she's not necessarily ghosty. She's like otherworldly creepiness. So this one is 1950s. We have the Tower Motel, and was like this must-see attraction. Now today it stands in disrepair, alive only in the memories of 3 women. So we have Amy, Piper, and Piper's sister Margot. They played there as girls until the day that their games uncovered something dark and sinister in Amy's family's past that ruined Piper and Margot's friendship with Amy forever. Now as adults, Piper and Margot have done everything they can to move on. Piper lives in California. Margot has devoted herself to studying local history until one day Piper received a call from Margot. Amy and her family are dead, supposedly killed by Amy's own hand. And before she died, Amy scrawled a message for the two sisters. In the message said 29 rooms. So very mysterious. And then the two come together and try to figure out what happened. And this is for sure the book by Jennifer McMahon that I think is the creepiest and definitely will keep you up at night. It's crazy. And I feel like there's some multiple timelines here, I want to say. Because you get a good idea of what happened in the past and then what happened in the future. So it does break it up a little bit. So really, really good. And then as a mom, there are certain books that keep me up at night quite a bit. Oh, this is one of those stickers that doesn't want to come off. Anyways, and Adrienne McKinty does a fantastic job of this in the chain, if I can say that something like that is fantastic. But this premise feels just a little bit too real, in my opinion. So let's get into it. So we have Rachel Klein. She drops off her daughter Kylie at the bus stop like any other day and heads to work. But then a cell phone call from an unknown number changes everything. On the line is a woman informing Rachel that she has Kylie bound and gagged in her back seat. And the only way Rachel will ever see her again is if she pays a ransom and kidnaps another child. So Rachel's now part of the chain. It's a terrifying scheme that turns parents from victims into criminals and is making someone else very rich in the process. So the premise is like you kidnap a child, you get their parents to pay the ransom, you get your kid back. It goes from there. So she gets pulled into this whole network and we go deep into it. And this chain has been going on for years and people keep quiet about it because of this, like, yes, I was a victim, but I was also a criminal. So craziness, highly recommend it. Definitely will keep you up at night for sure. You won't want your children to leave. Let's just say that. So those are my 5 books for recommendations for this nice spooky season. Hopefully you pick one of them up if this is kind of your jam. If you've read any ones that keep you up at night lately, please comment below because I love to look up those books and read them. I don't know. I'm a sucker for a creepy book. Otherwise, head over to Sarah's channel, see what she has for us today. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And I will see you next time. Bye.